Hi guys, let's get our homework done for tonight. We are working on subsets tonight, and your assignment is to write all the subsets for the letters H, O, R, N, and S. Okay? Now, I've had several of you asking, how do you figure how many sets are in, how many subsets can be derived from any given set? Well, we're going to use what we call the Fibonacci sequence. That's Fibonacci. Fibonacci sequence. Okay, now Fibonacci sequence, what it does is the first number in the Fibonacci sequence is 1. Okay, for the second row of the Fibonacci sequence, they take nothing plus 1 is 1, and then 1 plus nothing is 1. Okay, so that's where they come up with, let me do that again, 1, 0 plus nothing, nothing plus 1 is 1, nothing plus 1 is 1. Okay, the third row, nothing plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus nothing is 1 again. And then they go to the fourth row. Fourth row, nothing plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1 plus nothing is 1. Okay, that's how they build the Fibonacci sequence. Okay, and that continues on for infinity. Okay, now the number of elements in our original universal set directly relates to the Fibonacci sequence in determining the number of subsets that we have. Okay, if we figured that the first row, okay, this row right here, was based on elements or subsets or sets, a universal set that had 0 elements in it, then there would be one subset, okay? And that one subset would be the empty set, okay? The second row would be for elements, sets with one element, okay? And there would be the empty set and the set with one element, okay? Continue on. If we had 2 elements, we would have the empty set, 2 sets with one element, and 1 set with 2 elements. Okay, do you kind of see where I'm going? So if you look at our table down here, we start to see that as we go up in our number of elements, our number of subsets starts to double each time. Okay? So, if I have 0 elements, I have 1 subset of just an empty set. If I have 1 element, I have 2 subsets, an empty set and a subset with 1 element. Okay? By the time I get to 4 elements like we did today with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 elements gave me 16 subsets. That was 1 empty set, 4 subsets with 1 element, 6 subsets with 2 elements, 4 subsets with 3 elements, and 1 subset with 4 elements. Okay? And if you'll go back and look in your notes, you'll see that that's what we ended up with. Okay? Now we have H, O, R, N, S. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters, 5 elements. Okay? So if I come over here and I look at 5 elements, then I'm going to end up with 32 subsets. I will have one that has no elements in it. That's my empty set. I will have 5 that have one element, 2 have 10, 10 have 2, 3, let me back up. Let's try this again. 1 is empty, 5 has 1 element, 10 have 2 elements, 10 have 3 elements, 5 will have 4 elements, and 1 will have 5 elements. Okay? So, we are looking for 32 subsets. Okay? 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, and 1. And we'll check ourselves on that here in just a minute. All right, let's go over and let's figure out what we've got. Okay? We've got H, O, R, N, S. Okay? Now, let me make it very clear. The original set that we have listed in our title or in our problem does not count as one of the subsets. Okay? That's our universal set. Okay. Now, let's start figuring out what we have. First of all, let's go for the empty set. We'll go that way. Remember, we've got 1 empty, and then 5 with 1, 10 with 2, 10 with 3, 5 with 4, and 1 with 5. Okay? So my empty set, there's my first one. Okay? That's 1 empty set. Okay? Now let's figure out the ones with 1. Okay? I have H. I have O. I have R. I have N. And I have S. Okay? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So that's 5 of the subsets with 1 element. Okay? All right, now we're looking for 10 with 2 elements. Okay, let's see if we can figure these all out. We're going to start with our H's, get all of our H's, then go to those who start with O's, and then starts with R, and then starts with N. All right, here we go. I'm going to start a separate group here. Okay, first, H, O. Okay, then we're going to do H, R. Okay, then I'm going to start with H, and I'm going to N, and then H and S. Okay, so that's everything starting with my H. Now let's look at everything starting with my O. So I have O, R, I have O, N, I have O, S. Okay. Now we're going to use everything starting with R. R, N, R, S. Make that a little smaller. There we go. Be a little more consistent in my sizes. So that's everything dealing with R. Now let's take care of our S. So N, S. Okay. And that took care of everything with my N. Now, I'm not going to go for my S, because if I start with S, then everything else has already been used. And remember, we said that we want to use the letters the same. So, S, H, and HS, remember, those are the same thing. And today, normally we would put them in alphabetical order, but we're going to keep them in horns order, okay, in word order today. Okay? Okay, so let's look and see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So that's 10 with 2 elements. Okay? So far we're on the right track. All right, next we're looking at 10 with 3 elements in it. This one's a little bit harder, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to start with H, O, and then pick our third, okay? All right, so here we go. H, O, R, okay, H, O, N, H, O, S. Okay? So that's everything with H, O. Oops. Fix that up there, right there a little bit. Now we're going to do H, R. Okay? So H, R, N, H, R, S. Okay? So that takes care of everything with HR. Now we're going to go H, N. Okay? We got H, N, and S. All right. Now that took care of everything. If I can't go any further, because now I'm going HS, and that doesn't give us enough for 3 letters. So I've finished everything with my H. Okay? So now we're going to start looking at everything that starts with my O. And we're going to go that direction. Okay? So we have O, R, N, and then we go O, R, S, and that finishes out O-R. So now I'm going to go to O-N. Okay, O-N-S. Okay, now that finishes out my O's, because I can't go any further than, I can't go anywhere with the O-S thing, right? Okay, so now I start with my R. Okay, R, N, S. Okay, there's nowhere to go with RS. There's nowhere to go with NS or just S. So we're done. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Well, 10 is what we were looking for. So far, the Fibonacci sequence is holding true for us. Okay? All right. Now, we're looking for, let's see what color we want to use. There we go. We're looking for 5 that have 4 elements in them. Okay? And we're going to just go through and take out each letter. Okay? I'm going to start taking off the S and then move my way back. Okay, because if it's 4, then I'm just removing one letter, right? So I've got H-O-R-N. Okay. And then I've got H-O-R, remove my N and leave my S. Okay. Then I've got H-O, remove my R, leave my N and keep my S. Then I have H, remove my O, leave R, N, S. Okay, and then the last one, remove my H, leave my O, R, N, and S. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is my 5 with the 4 left in it. Okay, 4 elements in it. Now, then we have one last one. Okay, and remember we said that the there is a subset that is always the same as the universal set itself. Okay, so we're looking for 1. Okay, H-O-R-N-S. There is our one set with 5 elements in it. Okay, so if you notice, we followed that Fibonacci sequence for 5 elements all the way through, didn't we? We had 1, we had 5, we had 10, we had 10, we had 5, and we had 1. Okay? All right, guys. That is 32 subsets for the letters that spell out horns. Okay? All right. That does it. I'm fixing to post this. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to go in and post the link for you to submit your homework here in just a little bit. Double check all of your sets, okay? If you missed part of your subsets, okay, there's 32. 10% means that you can miss 3 subsets and still get 100. If you miss more than 3 of those subsets, let's say you came up with 24 subsets, guess what? You're getting a 50. Okay? So you want to make sure that you've got all your subsets. So check them out. Make sure you got the right things. Okay? All right. Oops. There. We'll leave that. Okay. Y'all have a great night. Bye.